Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I've had a lot of inquiries and comments and even a couple suggestions uh, about my roof racks that I use. A couple people have wondered what type of roof rack that I use because they want to implement the same thing but they can't find one. So this video here, I'll try to make it quick just to tell you what I do with my roof racks depending on the application. And really what I want to focus on is the TRAXXAS 8120. It's it's an expedition rack for the TRX4 Sport. But I've come to make this thing so versatile that for me it really works out good on most of the rigs that I use. I'll show you here real quick. What I do is just take a regular rack and I take these side pieces off all the way down to where I just have this flat top remaining, and then in the rear here you see once you cut the sides off you have those two little like legs on the end that are extended. You don't have to do this. I do it just to strengthen those up so they're not just, floating around. I'll take a suspension link from a TRAXXAS TRX4. These pivot balls on the end, they just snap out. They leave you with a hole there. And I run a 1/4-inch bit. Once those pivot balls are popped out, I run a 1/4-inch bit through that plastic, and what happens is it makes almost a perfect hole for the rod ends to slide up over the round part of the rack. Sometimes it's very tight, but either way I usually just run a dab of glue in there to secure that. Super glue, you're basically melting plastic to plastic, so once it sets up and cures it, it's really not going anywhere. And then in order to get this spread exact, you may have to, these rod ends, they're adjustable. You can turn them either way 2 or 3 times and it'll give you your proper spacing to keep these rack legs, keep them straight. As you saw, and in the front of this, depending on the application, this is made to house the 8087 TRAXXAS LED bar. And then the front of this is curved slightly. And normally what I'll do is you'll see there's a TRAXXAS sticker there that comes from the decal kit for the TRX4 Sport. I just, carefully cut that out and, apply it to the front. Again, personal preference, you don't have to. But again, just cut the sides off. Discard those, you don't need them. And you saw that I had a few vehicles here. Again, I just want to show you how versatile this is. The first one here is just a regular Bronco. And as you can see, this expedition rack comes with some screws in it. That's how, it's held together. And for this application here, it worked out perfect to be able to take that screw out, mount my rooftop access ladder, and I was able to utilize that screw. So the only hole I had to make in the body was down here for the bottom of the ladder. Nice little trick there. Here's what the whole rack looks like on this Bronco. And normally a rig this large is already top heavy. Another good thing about these is, once you cut the sides away and you have just this flat portion, you're barely adding anything weight-wise to your vehicle. And then this here is just something that I've made. I think I have a video. It's actually a Haas 4x4 that I took a VW bus, cut it down, made it into a VW double cab. And as you can see, same thing. Took an Expedition rack for a TRX4 Sport. That one I actually cut it right there also. So I only needed like maybe half of it. And it makes an excellent rack. Protects the, because this is a hard body, so it ends up protecting the whole roof if I roll over or flip. And it was a good way to house my surfboard. That's on there permanently. And then I put this piece across just in case I do flip. It'll protect the surfboard. I might lose a little bit on the fins here, but basically I'm just showing you this just because, again, the rack is so versatile. You can almost make it whatever you want to make it. And then over here, for a third time, same rack, as you can tell, same rack. It covers the whole roof. That's another thing I like about these. Basically protects your whole roof. I know on these Broncos, this gloss black, it scars up very easy. This really helps protect that if you roll over, hit a rock, whatever. Another reason I liked it on this application is, again, I may have another video on this that you guys may have seen. I made the roof removable on this Bronco. Once I did that, because I had to cut this down, I wanted to be able to save this roof and reuse it, which I was able to do. But by doing that, I lost about, I don't know, a 1/4 inch of height on the roof. So originally when I put the roof back on, you can see how it sits. It sets lower than the windshield header. So this roof rack helped me a lot to disguise that difference. As a matter of fact, before I pulled it off, you may not even have noticed it. I was able to put there's 6 screws through here, and you can see at a certain angle, I was able to put some rubber spacers in there. All that is fuel hose at an automotive parts store. It's very thick rubber with like a 1/4 inch hole in the center, maybe a little smaller, 5/16 or something. But it's fuel line hose from an auto parts store. And I just cut little spacers for that. And the reason I did that is I wanted to get the front of this up enough. As you can see here, there's a gap there. And the purpose for that was when I put this roof back on this Bronco, it slides over the header bar, locks in place. Then I snap it down, and that roof's not going anywhere. And to the untrained eye, you can't even tell that there was a roof modification done or that roof is removable on that Bronco. So for those of you that were interested in what type of roof rack I'm using and what I do to them, this is it. There are a lot of roof racks out there available for these Broncos. Personally, a lot of them I don't like the looks of, and then the ones I do think look okay, they're metal and they're very heavy. So this was my alternative to everything. And then I'll show you real quick this rig here. Getting ready to put a video out on that. I think I have a short or something just showing that I was working on it. It's pretty much 99% complete. It's a RV that I'll use my TRX4 Sport to pull, and I made the roof removable. And basically dressed up the whole inside. I've got some LED lights on here. The reason I'm showing you this, again, the versatility of this roof rack. I'm getting ready to, basically, I cut that down and I'm going to apply another one of these roof racks onto this vehicle. And as you can see, I already have a ladder, a roof access ladder that I built in the rear there. I think it will finish the camper off once I get that bolted down. It should work out pretty well. This video went a little long. I usually like to just, get my videos out there, put in all the important information, and finish up. But this one is a little long, but to get everything in here that I was trying to explain, that's how long it had to be. I hope it helps you guys that were interested in this rack, and those of you who suggested I make a video on the racks, and even those of you who never thought of this, that this may help you. Again, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for the video suggestion. And the reason it took so long was I had a problem finding the 8120. They're not really in stock. So anyway, I had to wait on that to come in, and I've had it for about a day or two. And I just wanted to, show you guys what's going on. It's a very versatile rack. Maybe you can use it on your application. It barely weighs anything once you cut the sides off. And good luck. Appreciate it. Thank you.